Before today's video, it might be a good idea for you to jump in my free Discord server. It's a great place to build and share your crypto knowledge and connect with like-minded, ambitious individuals. It's for people of all experiences, whether you're a crypto newbie or a seasoned professional. So jump in and network with me and an ever-growing community of intellectuals. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Dropping a quick video today regarding recent events and current market conditions. I've seen within my own Discord server and many others that there's a lot of panic, a lot of confusion, and a lot of overall indecisiveness going around regarding the crypto markets. Understandable, because there are many new people to crypto who won't really have the previous experience to help them out. Likewise, there's people who have been here before but for some reason are still panicking, thinking that this is Armageddon. However, this is where guys like me come in. I've been here 5 years, I'm a qualified financial advisor in real life, so it's safe to say that this isn't my first rodeo. I'm going to start off today's video by saying that anyone who tries to predict the markets and tries to tell you categorically that this will happen, that will happen, guaranteed, Bitcoin's going to top out here, or it's going to bottom down here, etc., is an idiot, and don't listen to them. I'm seeing this way too often in the communities. Many people try to act like some sort of Nostradamus, but the truth is, and forever will be, that no one knows. All we can do is make educated guesses, and it's a matter of opinion. At the end of the day, someone's going to be right and someone's going to be wrong. What you can do is, especially if you're not too confident in your own ability, to listen to both sides objectively, and I emphasize do it objectively, and then try to formulate your own opinion, because, at the end of the day, the only person you can really listen to is yourself. I don't think I need to delve into what caused this crash. Obviously, it's due to Iran's retaliation strikes on Israel. A few in my community were confused due to the sudden crash, but that's okay. Everyone is of varying skill and experience levels here, and that's exactly what a community is for, to help each other out. Now, this ain't a political channel, so I'm not going to go into it, but feel free to get political in the comments if you want. But this is essentially the black swan event, so to speak, which caused the crypto markets to drop. So I just want to point out to those who aren't already aware, 2 previous black swan events that took place in Bitcoin's history. Now, the first one that I experienced was the crypto crash. I mean, take a look at this, guys. It went down 50% in a day. It began at $7,960 and finished at $4,830, which is absolutely insane. We really were in the trenches back then. More recently, we had the FTX collapse back in November 2022, which caused a drop of around 20%, again very significant, and caused more chaos and mayhem. Both of these events, the sentiments I saw from people were similar to what we're seeing now, panic selling, FUDDing, saying Bitcoin won't recover, saying we're going to go to zero, etc. Now, this recent crash dropped Bitcoin by around about 10% in a few hours, which is, nothing compared to COVID or FTX, but that's so far. This could be obviously due to not being as big of an event as a worldwide pandemic. And also now we've obviously got the strength of Bitcoin ETFs, huge asset managers such as BlackRock and Vanguard involved. And we're showing a lot more resilience compared to what we've seen before. Looking forward, again, I don't want to get political, but there is a chance that Israel retaliates with some strikes on Iran. Now, what this does to the markets, no one knows, but it's just something to be mindful of, especially in the short term. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, again, I'm going to keep it brief, but if Bitcoin continues its downward trend, we could see it drop to below 60k, potentially hitting 58k. But I re-emphasize, no one knows this. This is just a little bit of technical analysis, and everyone's got a different opinion on this anyway. So yeah, no one's going to be right 100% of the time. Also, in a few days' time, we have the Bitcoin halving to look forward to. Halving, or okay, I thought I saw halvening somewhere, but yeah, halving to look forward to. Historically, from what I remember from last time, Bitcoin didn't really do much around the halving. It only accelerated the subsequent months afterwards. This time around, however, with the threat of World War III looming over us, it is pretty difficult to predict Bitcoin's reaction. Maybe the recent dump has already priced the halving in already, and we don't really move once it comes around. I ran a poll in my Discord, and 50% of you believed that Bitcoin will increase, 35% believe it will decrease, and 50% believe it will remain around about these same levels, so some sideways action. I just found the information interesting, and it's always nice to gauge sentiment and differing viewpoints. I just want everyone to remember that we are here for the long term. Zoom out. Bitcoin is not mainstream yet. I mean, we just got Coinbase releasing TV adverts about the halving. We've impending interest rate cuts throughout the year, elections taking place as well. All of this points us towards getting the biggest bull cycle so far in our lives, so why would you panic now? Another piece of advice for anyone new here, actually even experienced, is to always aim to have some dry capital on the side for flash crashes like this one. I don't care how much, obviously, if you're richer, you'll have more on the side, but don't negate the psychological effect it can have on you, knowing you put some money in and bought the dips. Obviously, this can't be applied to everyone. If you don't have disposable income or cash is tight, that's obviously understandable. But if you can, never go all in. Try and keep a certain amount or percentage on the side in cash or USDT or whatever. This naturally links to the idea of dollar cost averaging. Everyone should be aware of this strategy, but essentially you reduce the risk of throwing in all of your capital into a project should it quickly drop all of a sudden, drop 20, 30%. Hopefully you have some money on the side, put it in then, and you can lower your buy. I've seen people mentioning that they don't have any dry powder this time around. Sometimes it's obviously circumstantial and you just don't have the money, or sometimes they just didn't think to do so. This is what I always try and emphasize for people, which is why, when I see flash crashes like this, I get excited. I'm like, yeah, cool, let's, deploy some capital, eat up these dips. Anyway, moving on to the main reason that I wanted to make this video. Please, 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 please don't sell your crypto. Please. I know it sounds stupid, but there are so many new guys here who have been shook, so to speak, by the dump. Thinking you bought projects at the top, that they may never recover, etc. I've seen a lot of pandemonium in the servers, and I've been getting messages from people saying they're down by X amount. Should they sell everything? Should they cut their losses? All of that jazz. Naturally, this won't apply to everyone, so I apologize if I sound like a broken record and if you already know all of this stuff. But there's nothing wrong with hammering this ideology home. But there are so many new and experienced people here, and I would hate to see them sell early and potentially miss out on this ridiculous wealth opportunity. If you haven't made life-changing gains or ridiculous significant profit, you should stay. Why would you leave? If you're leaving and you've made the money to change your life, or you're happy with it, then fair enough, to each their own. But if you haven't done that, then it makes no sense to exit the markets now, especially if you're down. Also, if the amount that you're down or have left in genuinely keeps you up at night, you shouldn't be in crypto. It shouldn't be negatively impacting your health. Money you can always afford to lose is what I say, given your ages, debts, life circumstances, capital amounts, etc. All these metrics, but should always be money you can afford to lose. We have been presented with an incredible opportunity yet again. Look at the discounts of some of these alts. These are just some of the coins that I've mentioned on my channel so far, and some that I intend to mention. But look at some of the discounts. Be strict with yourself as well. I know that there are a lot of people watching this video who said, I'd wait for this project to drop to this amount, then I'll add. Well, it's at that amount now, so what are you waiting for? This is where the discipline and strictness comes in. One thing to pay attention to as well is the behavior of some of these alts in this recent crash, because it can tell us a lot about how strong they are. Two that I want to point out. Sorry, it's been a long day. Two that I want to point out is Stobox token, STBU, which I've been looking at. So if we look at the chart here, we can see that it dipped really sharply to about 15, 16 cents, and then look at the recovery since. So, before the crash, it was chilling at about, 24 cents. The crash obviously plummeted all the way down to 15 cents, but look at the recovery since. Went right back up to 24 cents, and now it's obviously a little bit lower, but this is what you need to see in fundamentally sound projects. Another example being Cubic. Again, just before the crash, it was about $5,700 per billion. Crash happened, went bang all the way down to, just under $4,000 per billion. Insane. Great buy price there. But then look at the recovery since. It's now chilling at the exact same price it was pre the crash, which, for projects like this, it's a really good way to see what are the strong projects fundamentally, and what will bounce back the quickest if the market does do a reversal when we decide to pump. It's these kind of projects which will be taking off. So it's really good time to be getting into these cryptos. And whilst I'm here, I would like to point out the whole sell now to buy back lower tactic that people do. And this one, you're dancing with the devil with this one. How do people know by the time that they sell, that the market is just going to drop, that the projects that they were already in are going to drop, and you're just going to get in at a nicer price? It doesn't always work like that, because all it takes is one time for you to be wrong, and bang, the market reverses, everything pumps up 10, 20, 30%, and you're left with less of a bag than you had before. I know people like to do this, and I understand why. Obviously, the logic is there, but it's just so risky, and you're better off hodling. You're honestly better off long-term wise just doing nothing, just letting your bag sit there, honestly. Unless you're a trader, obviously I'm an investor, but if you're a trader and you run that high life and you like taking risks, then fair enough. So some people it works, but for the majority of people, honestly, do not try time the market, because it's just going to make you look like an idiot. But that's the video wrapped up, guys. I hope you found at least some of the information in this video useful. If you've heard it all before, I apologize, but it's always good to reiterate and hammer this kind of stuff home. I've mentioned all of this information and been having some great conversations with community members in my Discord, so go ahead and join. It's completely free. I just wanted to put it out to my YouTube community as well. I understand that not everyone uses Discord, but thanks again for the support on this channel. I really appreciate it as always, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you.